Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about HTML tags, the basic ones that you need for every web page that you start. So what you're going to need is a text editor. I'm using Atom for my text editor. You're more than welcome to use Sublime if you're more comfortable with it. Also, I'm going to be using the terminal as well. So the text editor and the terminal is all you're going to need for this exercise. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is make a folder for our project. So we're going to, in our terminal, I'm going to make a folder inside here, and to make a folder all you're going to do is mkdir, make a directory, and I'm going to call mine demo HTML. Okay, and I want to go into that folder, which you do by saying cd, so change directory. It says change directory demo HTML. Okay, then if I do ls, that lists all the files in the folder. Currently there are none, so let's make one. To make a file, you can do touch, and then whatever name that you would like the file to be. I am going to name mine demo.html. Since we are using HTML, we would need that .html extension on the end of our files, or else it will not work properly. So that has been created. Let's ls again to make sure that it's there. And now we see demo.html. Excellent. So now let's go to our editor of choice. I'm going to go over here to File, and I'm going to add a project folder. So I'm going to navigate to my demo HTML folder I just created and open. And inside of it, you should see this demo HTML file that we just created from our terminal. So now we're all set. So if you do have it installed to where you could just type in HTML and then all your tags pop up, this is the base of any web page. But let's go over them first. The first tag in all cases that we'll need is the doctype HTML tag. What this does is going to tell our browser what document type that we're using. So doctype tells it it's looking for a doc type. HTML tells us that doc type is going to be HTML. Pretty simple. So after you have specified the doc type as HTML, the next thing you want to do is create an HTML tag. So in HTML there are tags. There are opening tags and closing tags for most tags that we use in HTML. Some of them are self-closing. So let's start with the HTML tag. So it is going to be a left angle bracket, the words HTML, and then a right angle bracket. So the angle brackets, you could say greater than sign or less than sign, if that's easier for you. So this whole tag here is a opening tag. We also need to create a closing tag. So on a new line, a couple spaces down, we can do a left angle bracket / HTML and then a right angle bracket. This is a closing tag, specifically a closing HTML tag. So this slash here signifies a closing tag. Usually whenever you see one of these, it means that you're ready to end that tag. So what we have here, the opening is saying, hey, this is where our HTML starts, and the closing says, hey, this is where the HTML ends. So after that, we need a head tag. So again, left angle bracket, the word head, and then a right angle bracket. Okay, this one also has a closing tag as well. So we could enter a couple spaces down and over, left angle bracket slash the word head, and then a right angle bracket. Like the HTML tags, it has an opening head tag and a closing head tag. So the head tags are basically just saying, hey, read this before you load my page. It's going to have some information in here that you need in order to load the page. That's basically what it is. Inside these tags, you need a title. So again, it's left angle bracket, the word title, and then a right angle bracket. So again, you have an opening tag. This is our opening title tag, and we have a closing title tag. So inside here is where you would put the title of your page. Ideally, it would be an actual title, not the words title your page. And this is what's going to show up on the tab of your when you open your page into a web browser. So inside the head tag, you could also have a link tag in here, which we'll go over later. But the basics that you would have is this title tag in here. Okay? So we have finished with our head tag. We've got a closing head tag here. And now we're going to move on to the body. So the body tag is just going to tell our browser, hey, this is where we're going to start writing the information that goes within the whole website, the whole web page. This is where that information is going to go. So again, you guessed it, left angle bracket, the word body, right angle bracket, and then you also need a closing body tag. And I would put these like that with space in between it because you're going to write in between the body tag. So it's important to have space here. So this is the basics of a web page. This will be how any page is going to look. So before you start writing anything, this is what you're going to have on your page all the time. So before we're able to view this in our browser, we need to save our changes. So I have a blue indicator here. If you see it here, it's lit up blue in this section. And it's doing that because I have unsaved changes. So in order to remove that and to confirm that your changes have been saved, I'm going to do Command S on my Mac or Control S on a PC. And so you'll see that that blue dot is now removed. It's gone because your changes are now been saved. And now you could view it in your browser. So if we wanted to see how this looks inside of a browser, we can do so. I'm going to navigate to my folder where I've created the file at. And it's right here. And I'm just going to load it into here. So as you can see, it doesn't have anything here because our body doesn't have any tags into it. But we do have a title of our page, and that's what shows up here. So I hope you have learned the basic HTML template that you need for any web page. And thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.